Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Guilty as Charged. This is the first pay-per-view in a long time where the ECW Championship is not up for grabs. But that does not make it the case. That does not mean that it's going to be an evening that we can just gloss over because, oh no, there's plenty of important matches and plenty of personal rivalries to talk about. Coming up this evening, 3 big title matches, and this is perhaps the biggest one of them all. The ECW Television title on the line. Andrade, Cien, Almas will challenge Jay White for the ECW TV title. Andrade, undefeated since arriving to this universe. Jay White looking to continue his reign as the television champion. That's going to be a match that we don't want to miss, as is this one. Huge implications for the main event of WrestleMania on the line. If Kenny Omega wins, he gets the main event shot that Adam Cole won from winning the Royal Rumble. If Adam Cole wins, it's business as usual, and we wait to see who Adam Cole will pick to face in the main event of the grandest stage of them all. Kenny Omega said he was desperate to win this. Let's see how deep that desperation will go. It is a stark contrast, though, to our main event of the evening. Friends turn to the most bitter of enemies. 2 men who said they want to kill each other, and I will let that happen. The main event of this evening, Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano. Last man standing, loser leaves ECW. It is all to play for here from the very start of this evening, and we start big with a King of the Ring qualifying match between Mustafa Ali and Zack Sabre Jr. Ali and Sabre Jr. have been locked in a long feud as far back as SummerSlam, and once more they will do battle. Ali talked about how he wanted to go to King of the Ring, talked about how he wanted the chance to make something of himself, and that King of the Ring was the place to do it. Well, now he has the chance to make it happen, but he has to go through an old rival to get there in ZSJ. It was Sabre Jr. who challenged Ali on the last episode of ECW before Guilty as Charged, saying that if he was ready to lose again, give Sabre Jr. a call. Cocky, confident, ego, all of that is possessed by Zack Sabre Jr. as he prepares for this matchup here. Let's see just which way we'll go, as well as the former 2-time Cruiserweight Champion heads towards the ring. Zack Sabre Jr. and the Cruiserweight title were fairly entrenched with one another in 2018. Now it seems though Sabre Jr. wants to be King of the Ring. And I wouldn't put it past him as well if he was able to pull off something like that as well, because think about it, Ali, there's a reason why this feud has gone on for so long. It's because Ali has never claimed a big win over him. Has he defeated him in one-on-one matches on ECW? Yes, I believe he has. But he has never beaten him for the Cruiserweight title. And he has never beaten him on a pay-per-view stage either. Well, that could all change here tonight. The big King of the Ring qualifier for one of these 2 guys. Good things come to those who win the King of the Ring. Just ask Tyler Breeze, a 2-time world champion, and for the last 2 years, Kenny Omega, who, as I have been told, doesn't have any plans on looking for back-to-back King of the Ring victories, despite having won it the last 2 years in a row. Although that could, of course, mean that could change if he loses here tonight to Adam Cole. Time will only tell, though, as we get underway here at Guilty as Charged. 7 big matches on their way. 3 title matches on their way for you on top of that. And, of course, that huge main event. Gargano versus Ciampa, last man standing. How things can change in less than a month. That's for certain. We have begun here, though, and Ali and Sabre Jr. wasting little time in tying up with one another and getting things underway the only way they can, right at each other's throats. It's going to be tough to see what Sabre Jr. could do against a determined, focused, and driven Mustafa Ali, that's for certain. Whether or not Sabre Jr. can stop the athletic game of Mustafa Ali, whether or not Ali will just flip all around him and hit the 054 and find himself going to King of the Ring. We're going to find out during the this match. It's a big night, of course, for the British Empire. Another title opportunity, a big singles match involving Drew McIntyre. The only member of that faction not in it is the leader, Neville. We'll be having news for us soon on the situation regarding gentleman Jack Gallagher, who's been showing signs of a British Empire favoritism over the last few weeks. Ali, stuff in the leg there, dropping Sabre Jr. down on his face. These two guys know each other so well. They're able to counter each other an awful lot, but we've seen a lot more aggression from Sabre Jr. Not a lot of submission wrestling, but a lot of aggressive wrestling. Saw it with the dragon suplexes so far in this match. Ali went for a hurricanrana there, I believe. Got caught out. I think this is a lot of Neville and Zack Gibson tutorage to ZSJ to harden his offense, to make him more aggressive. Will it lead him, though, to King of the Ring? Only one man knows the answer to that one, and it is ZSJ. Lovely German suplex, though. Ali comes down with a heavy crack once more. Here we go, he's working on the leg. Figure four. Indeed it is. Figure four locked in. Ali might be close enough to the ropes to reach them, but Ali is also able to fight down to them. That was good thinking, though, by ZSJ. Work over the leg. Take away the athleticism. Try and make sure that he can pull off something like that, but Ali quick to counter. Snap suplex, floats over. Will that be enough to send him to King of the Ring? Nope, not even a 2 count. Let's see what Ali's going to do here. Look at this. Taking a page out of Sabre Jr.'s book. A submission move to Zack Sabre Jr. Talking the arm. But of course, if anyone knows how to get out of a submission, it's going to be Zack Sabre Jr. Went for a corner in Zaguri there. A little bit out of left field for ZSJ. Ali made him pay for it, but couldn't capitalize on it fully. Suplex driver, got all of it. Hooks the leg in, cover made. King of the Ring is not where Zack Sabre Jr. is going just yet, because Mustafa Ali, well, he said so. Ali swept the leg there. Sees a chance right in front of him, and he's going to go for it. Top rope by Ali. 054. Ali covers Sabre Jr., but it's only good enough for 2. That being said, Ali not giving up here. A lot of drive and desire in this man right now. Clothesline, back elbow. Ali fired up and ready to go. Sabre Jr. trying to stop it here. Comes charging in, but Ali read him. Big kick in the head. Dazed, staggered. Sabre Jr. is out on his feet right now. Ali is controlling this match. He is getting one over on his rival. But can Sabre Jr. bring an end to it? Does he have it in him to stop him right in his tracks? Turning him round there. Stuffed by Ali. What a forearm. It took Sabre Jr. right off his feet. And has it taken Mustafa Ali to King of the Ring? It has not yet. Ali has been in control of this match far more than Sabre Jr. Sabre Jr. is essentially going to need a lifeline to save him here. Kick in the back by Ali. Twisting neck breaker from him as well. And that has put Sabre Jr. down perfectly in the middle of the ring for Ali to go up high. 450 from Ali. The 450 connects. The cover is made. Mustafa Ali is going to King of the Ring. He's got it. Ali has booked his ticket to King of the Ring. And he has beaten Zack Sabre Jr. A muted victory from Ali because the battle's only just begun to become King of the Ring. But Ali, nevertheless, is your winner here. And finally secures that oh so important victory over ZSJ. Well, that sure was one way to kick things off here at Guilty as Charged, before we move on to our next contest of the evening. Once again, the British Empire are in action. Actually, they're in action for the first 3 matches of the evening, if I remember rightly. Here comes Zack Gibson towards the ring, challenging for the Cruiserweight title. Held, of course, by the Time Bomb Hiromu Takahashi. Gibson became the #1 contender by one simple factor. He beat the Cruiserweight champion in a singles match. And that garners you a shot to the belt, especially when it's done legitimately, like Gibson did. He rolled him up, he caught him off guard, and he beat him. You can't argue against it, he did. But since then, Gibson has made it apparent to try and get under Takahashi's skin in any way that he can think of. It was the roll-up 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. There was questions, and they're still apparent, over Jack Gallagher's allegiance. We saw him walk out of the tag match and turn it into a handicap match in which Gibson and Neville achieved victory over Takahashi. Then, this past episode of ECW, Gibson, his theme hit, and it was a distraction enough to provide Gallagher with victory over Takahashi. Gallagher turned down the opportunity to make this a triple threat match, saying that he believes Gibson deserves the belt. Of course, we don't know what the actual implications are with the British Empire and Jack Gallagher. We've been told that the King himself, quote-unquote King, Neville, will be clarifying that for us. Not this evening, though. But we do have Hiromu Takahashi, a very, I imagine, amped up Takahashi, a very frustrated Takahashi, and a Takahashi that could well use that aggression to guide him towards victory. Time will only tell in this contest, is the honest truth, and I am deeply looking forward to what the time does say about this match. Will it provide victory for the Time Bomb, or will Liverpool's #1 be walking out as the new Cruiserweight champion? We can only guess right now. If I had to say anything, Gibson's got the mind advantage. He's been playing with Takahashi's mind a lot, but Takahashi is also a guy who can play the mind games. And as a result of that, it's tough to say which can get the advantage over the other. I would say you can throw any kind of roll-ups or quick method for victory out the window. That's not going to be apparent in this contest. Gibson's going to have to beat Takahashi by his own wrestling ability. He's going to have to do it just by being better than Takahashi. And the honest truth is, on his day in this division, I don't know who is better than Takahashi. That is the honest way of putting it. And I do look forward to seeing if the Time Bomb can hold on to the belt once more. His first title defense in his second reign. Won the belt at New Year's Revolution. Defending it here tonight against Zack Gibson. All to play for both sides. Can the British Empire once again reclaim their grasp on the Cruiserweight division? Or will the Time Bomb still be the man on top of it all? Takahashi certainly coming out with an aggressive start. Dropkick there to Gibson. Certainly showing his aggression as he did not wait a second before jumping the gun. But Gibson going to make him pay. Look at that. Kick in the gut into a Northern Light suplex. Hammerlock Northern Light suplex as well. Gibson also looking for that fast-paced, aggressive start in this one. These two guys definitely showing that there is no love lost. Takahashi with great agility there to hit that rope walk hurricanrana. Big Northern Light suplex once more in this contest, though, from the latest member of the British Empire, having joined back in about October. Quick strike in the gut there by Takahashi, getting things going right now. Trying to get things shifting for him in his chance of a title defense here. What will Takahashi look to do to beat Gibson? Will it be a Time Bomb? Will it be D? Will it be the plunger? Will it be that avalanche victory roll? Gibson has been on a roll of momentum ever since the Royal Rumble when he achieved 3 eliminations. Tied for the third most eliminations on that evening with Sami Zayn. Gibson certainly made one hell of a talking point on ECW. There was no doubt about that one, and that is why he got the opportunity against Takahashi and used it fully to his advantage, and that's why he's here tonight. Momentum is rolling on the back of Gibson right now, and it could be rolling him towards that Cruiserweight title. The only man who can stop Gibson is the champion himself, and I don't know if Takahashi's in the right frame of mind to do it. Counter out of the turnbuckle there, attempted the corner punches. Gibson not only countered, but a crushing lariat to Takahashi. The cover, early kick out. Gotta imagine every pinfall attempt Takahashi might find himself in, he's gonna look to try and kick out of instantaneously, because he does not want the unfortunality of being caught out by another roll-up. It's happened to him twice in 3 weeks now. Gibson is in complete control of this contest right now. That lariat really turned things around. Another hammerlock. Northern Lights suplex there. Takahashi reeling on the mat right now. Time Bomb's going to have to do a lot to get back in this one. Nice kick to the head there. And a drop kick to follow up after it. Takahashi's agility certainly being an advantage here. Well, the more moves he's doing with his legs, the more mindset Gibson could be having from what Zack Sabre Jr. has taught him to take out those legs. To ground Takahashi, to keep him on the mat, and to stop him from moving at a fast pace. Nice splash there by Takahashi. Is it enough to keep the Cruiserweight title around his waist? It is a kick out at 2 from Gibson. Stretching the arms back right now. Knee dug in there as well. Gibson in trouble here. Takahashi could be looking to slowly wear down Gibson. But you got to imagine a lot of work on the mat with Sabre Jr. will help him out, and as well that. Hammerlock DDT could leave him one move away from being champion. Takahashi stunned and dazed. Trying to get up to his feet there. Gibson just looking over him. Takahashi puts him up on his shoulders. Is he thinking time bomb? No. Plunger. Plunger from Takahashi. Planted him. Cover made. Is it enough? It is not. Kick out at 2 from Gibson. Both guys really putting it all on the line here to try and get the victory right now. Both guys sacrificing an awful lot to win this one. Who's got it in them though? Who's got the more to give to hold on to this title? Gibson's momentum as of late really pushing him on in this contest so far. On the outside, big slam. Takahashi able to evade it. Into the steel guardrail he goes here. Heavy blows to the face by Takahashi. If it was end to end in a double count, of course Takahashi would hold on to the Cruiserweight title, but he may have more important things in his mind than defending the belt. Into the ring pole goes Gibson. Count up to 7 now. Referee trying to get them back in the ring, and he does so successfully. Takahashi up to the top rope here, looking to fly big. Calling Gibson up to his feet. This could be big from Takahashi. Oh, caught out of midair by Gibson. Tombstone. What a catch from Gibson. Right out of midair. Could it be enough to end Takahashi, to bring the Cruiserweight title to the British Empire? Cover made. Takahashi is kicking out at 2. There's no time to breathe for Takahashi. There's no time either for him to recover, because look at this. Legs are trapped. And all the weight comes down on them as the legs are bent backward. Heavy move there by Gibson. Takahashi though able to stretch his leg out to the rope. Gibson has him pinned down now and is in total control of this contest. Kick in the gut. Good counter from the time bomb. Good elbow. Forearms him into the turnbuckle. Takahashi gets sidestepped though. This has been a great match. This has been a great performance by Gibson. If he wants to cap it off. If he wants to cap off how well the last month has gone for him, and he needs to win that title. Good counter there. Both men trying to find whatever they can. Both men trying to muster up whatever move they can to get the win here. Takahashi, wheelbarrow, face buster. Gibson goes down, and that is smart by Gibson as well, rolling out of the ring, trying to roll out of harm's way, but there is no safety when Takahashi's around. Huge moonsault to the outside there by the Cruiserweight Champion, and the challenger in trouble as they return to the ring. Takahashi picks him up, puts him up on his shoulders. Is he thinking time bomb? Is he thinking plunger? Plunger strikes again. And he could be one move away from defending this title. Up on the shoulders. Time bomb. 1, 2. Gibson kicks out at 2. And Takahashi's reaction tells the tale, but he's not giving in. Takahashi right into D. Right into D. But look at how quickly Gibson gets himself out of that hold. He knew it could have been incoming, and he fought his way out of it. Great escape from Gibson. Kick in the gut. Hammerlock DDT. Hammerlock DDT. Has he done it? Do we have a new Cruiserweight Champion? No, Takahashi forcing the kick out at 1. I said he wouldn't want to stay down for any covers for any periods of time. And he is showing exactly that to be the truth right here. But he might not kick out of this one if it strikes. Helter Skelter could be on its way. Takahashi escapes it. Takahashi escapes Helter Skelter. And this is the opportunity for the time bomb to capitalize in. Gibson perched on that top rope. It's been a long time since we've seen the Avalanche victory roll. Is it enough? Has he done it? No, he hasn't. Gibson kicks out at 2 again. He's kicked out of almost everything Takahashi has had to throw at him. Takahashi, though, looking to seal the deal. D locked in. Gibson is nowhere near the ropes, and he's not going to be fighting out of it either. Gibson taps out. Takahashi retains. The time bomb escapes with the Cruiserweight title over a Zack Gibson who was poised to try and take the belt away from him. Takahashi does it again. And what that goes to show is you can try and get under his head as much as you desire, but when you're put in the ring with him, Takahashi knows how to beat you. There is your winner. The time bomb has done it again. Takahashi retains the Cruiserweight title. And a big title defense for him as well. Proving that even with his back up against the wall, he is still superior in these big match scenarios. Congratulations to Takahashi on retaining the title. 0-2 for the British Empire here tonight. Is it about to be 0-3? We are going to find out right about now, because it is time for another grudge match here this evening. It is time for Naito versus McIntyre. We have no knowledge of why this match came around. No knowledge as to why McIntyre assaulted Naito. And he's kept it that way. He's kept it in the dark. And I think I know what this is about. Cast your mind back to just before the Royal Rumble. It was McIntyre versus Naito in a singles match in ECW. And it was a win that McIntyre needed heading into the Royal Rumble when he faced Seth Rollins for the ECW title. However, it was Rollins' theme that struck, and it was the Destino that landed and resulted in victory for Naito over McIntyre. McIntyre, of course, went on to lose that match at the Royal Rumble to Seth Rollins. And from then on, I think McIntyre might be trying to pin the loss, trying to blame the loss on Tetsuya Naito, hence his attack on him on ECW. These two guys have traded back and forth attacks as well. Naito responded by interrupting McIntyre's match against Kenny Omega about a week and a half ago and hit the Destino on him there, but it was McIntyre who had the big final say on the ECW just before this event, pile driving him onto the ramp and following it up with a future shock onto it as well. Naito was shaken a little bit. He's a little bit hurt, but he was never turning down a fight. Naito doesn't need a reason to fight McIntyre, but he is more than happy to do it as well. And here we go now. Now that I have given the explanation for why I think everything is happening, it is time for it to happen. McIntyre needs to bounce back from his loss at the Royal Rumble if he wants to stay a big name on ECW, if he wants to stay up in the top of the bracket, if he wants to be around that talking point for WrestleMania. Should Adam Cole challenge for any other title? We don't know. And I've said Adam Cole, it might not even be him. But if Kenny Omega wins, he's already said who he's challenging. Kenny Omega has said definitively, if he wins here tonight, he challenges one man. Adam Cole, we don't know about. And I don't think Adam Cole knows yet either. It was a month ago that McIntyre was the big name on ECW, looking to be the ECW champion. And while that has passed him by, the chance to still be at the top of the list, essentially, is still there. This match could help decide the number one contender for the title at WrestleMania should Adam Cole go elsewhere. Of course, if Kenny Omega wins, this is just a grudge match, because Omega will instantly cash in. That contract will instantly make sure that people know that that contract is going to Seth Rollins. And here we go between these two, the second grudge match of the evening. McIntyre and Naito fired up with one another. The bell rings, getting in each other's faces, and McIntyre getting aggressive. El Ingobernable getting under the skin of McIntyre. Referee clocked as a result of it, and this one is underway. Well, that was not the start the referee wanted to the match, but he did ring the bell, so we have begun here. Naito versus McIntyre. Speculation as to why this match is taking place. But we do know that the match is happening right now. The referee really got clocked by it. I'm kind of in a way surprised that I haven't seen any member of the British Empire rush down to the ring in that brief moment in time. But they might be reeling from their losses as well. Or maybe McIntyre wants to do this one alone, wants to show up. Naito wants to show that he still belongs in the upper echelon. These are two guys who have challenged and failed to take the title away from Seth Rollins. A man, of course, who for the first time in over 2 years is not on a pay-per-view that he was scheduled to compete in. The last time Rollins wasn't on a pay-per-view, guilty as charged, 2016. How apt that the pay-per-view that he missed 2.5 years, just over 2 years ago, is the pay-per-view that he misses here tonight. Back then it was due to a lack of form. Tonight, of course, it is due to injury. Rollins will return very soon, I promise you that. And he will, of course, be competing at the grandest stage of them all. Who against, though? We might have a clue by the end of this evening. McIntyre overpowering Naito there and slamming him face first into the mat. The aggressiveness of the man who has taken the moniker of the Star as of late. His Survivor Series performance was the one that kick-started it. 3 eliminations out of 4 in that contest. Victory, of course, for the British Empire to go along with it. Back and forth right now from these two guys. Naito certainly showing his aggression, though. Look at the way he's tweaking on the leg right now, taking away the muscular legs from Drew McIntyre. And I wonder what kind of game plan either guy has in this match, or if it's just all-out assault from start to finish. Naito goes into the cover here. Kick out at 1. Both men have felt each other's finishes. Both men have felt the wrath of each other's big moves. McIntyre, of course, has felt the Destino more than once. Naito has felt the Claymore and the Future Shock DDT. Jawbreaker there from McIntyre. Counter there, though, from Naito. Went for a rolling wheel kick, and McIntyre able to evade it. Huge German suplex. Naito's body curling almost, wrapping itself up in his own torso from the heavy impact. And to the outside we go now. I'm not too sure who benefits the most from this. Naito can think up something cunning out here. Something that McIntyre might not be able to come up with, but if Naito's staying on the mat, then yeah, this is definitely going to be something that would benefit McIntyre. Moves out of the way, though. McIntyre has the grasp of Naito now. Is he going to send him into the barricade? No, he lets him go. Oh, into a lariat there. Count up to 5 here. Good counter from Naito. They've just been brawling on the outside, essentially, and Naito will return both men to the ring. Let's see what we're going to have right now. Puma Blancha! Puma Blancha! From Naito. Puma Blancha locked in. The Koji clutch is not enough, though. McIntyre with a heavy elbow out of it, and you can see that the work on the head from ECW working into its own there. Naito slow up to his feet, and McIntyre keeping him down. Look at how he's trying to mess with Naito's head. Every time Naito went for the ropes, he stomped on him. And then he uses the ropes against him to force him down on the mat. That is McIntyre's mind working in a playful way. There's the headbutt, though. There is the headbutt from Drew McIntyre. Naito again trying to crawl. McIntyre stopping him. Forearm in the face by Naito. Oh my, what a counter to that attempted flying forearm. Stuffed him. Absolutely stuffed him. McIntyre now in complete control of this contest. Kicking the leg there. Look at this modified brainbuster there from Naito. Thing of beauty. So what makes Naito so dangerous is he can come up with moves on the spot and execute them so well. But what makes McIntyre so dangerous is that he knows big moves and he hits with them as well. And this is one of them. Pile driver. Naito's head caving into the mat. And all the work that he did on ECW rearing its head once again. He could be one claymore away from victory. That is for certain. Into the turnbuckle goes McIntyre with a heavy impact on it as well. Look at Naito now, though. Tranquilo starting to disappear from Naito with those aggressive shots. Counter there by Drew McIntyre. Shoulder charge and down goes Naito. Nothing is on the line here. But you can tell how much these two men really don't have a liking for one another. The weight of the British Empire is on the shoulders of McIntyre here. For them to get something from tonight. They failed to qualify for King of the Ring. They failed to win the Cruiserweight title. Can they get a grudge match win over Tetsuya? Naito flying forearm there. El Ingobernable hitting hard. And here we go now. Naito with the arm. Locking it in. Talking it back there. Trying to wear down McIntyre to his fullest ability. And McIntyre's having some difficulty escaping from this hold as well. As we can see, he's not getting out of it. Naito talking on that arm, and he's twisting it in such a way that the arm is just bending in completely the opposite direction. And when you have more muscle mass, you can tear the muscle doing something like that. That could be something that McIntyre may want to keep in the back of his mind. That is that Naito has just effectively worked over a hold, effectively worked over a ligament there, and a key ligament as well. McIntyre not going to let him affect him. Nice counter there. Oh, what a catch to the flying forearm. Backbreaker to Naito. That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful from McIntyre. Went for a heavy lariat. Naito countered. Rolling wheel kick. Rolling wheel kick. McIntyre now using the ropes to get up to his feet. And Naito telling him to get up as well. But oh, stun gun from McIntyre. Cover made. I thought he was going to use the ropes for a moment there. Look at that. Only a 1 count on Naito. Whether or not that's Tranquilo playing, I don't know. Naito sweeps the legs away. McIntyre could be in trouble here. Nice kick in the gut from Naito. Wait a minute. Puma Blancha. Puma Blancha again. He's got it locked in. Koji clutch. Near the ropes. But oh my goodness. McIntyre tapped out. McIntyre submits in a very, Very surprising outcome. Puma Blanchard was hardly on before he tapped out. And Naito gets the win. That was a very quick tap out. What was that all about? Why is my question. Why would McIntyre tap out so fast? I know we had seen brief snippets of him working over the arm, but that was too quick of a submission. And a woeful night for the British Empire as well. But a night that Naito will savor in and enjoy. Victory for Naito there. I am left questioning what the hell happened to Drew McIntyre there. Not even Destino. Not even a Claymore, a Future Shock. Naito beat him with a move that, in all fairness, I don't think he's barely won a match with it before. It's a move that he may have won a handful of matches with. And he beat McIntyre with it. That is suspicious. Gotta move on here anyway. Time for talking later on. The action keeps on rolling here on Guilty as Charged. And it rolls into an ECW Tag Team title match. Triple threat tag team match here between the Brian Kendrick and Rusev, the duo that Kendrick named Greatness, the Four Horsemen, and of course the ECW Tag Team Champions Downfall. On the past episode of ECW, we were supposed to have a tag team match involving Greatness and the Four Horsemen, where the winners would fight Downfall here this evening. Downfall weren't interested in that. They took out both guys. They took out Kendrick backstage and then rushed to the ramp, took out the Four Horsemen and pulled Jericho in the ring to hit the reckoning. The ECW Tag Team Champions have been all about sending a message ahead of this Sunday, ahead of tonight. And I was left with no choice but to make the match happen, but to make it so that it was a triple threat tag match. Both teams had been screwed out of it, and both teams, therefore, I couldn't pick a team to get a shot over the other. It had to be both of them. And I think this is what Downfall wanted, because remember, the last time they were in a triple threat tag match, it was Survivor Series. It was against the Gorillas of Destiny and American Alpha. At the time, they were the WWE Tag Team Champions and the World Tag Team Champions, respectively. Downfall, of course, were the ECW Tag Team Champions at that point, and Downfall won it. They won it to cement their claim as the most dominant tag team in the universe right now, and as a result, perhaps the best team in the world right now. Think about what they've done in their short tenure as Tag Team Champions. Beat D.I.Y. for the belts, won a triple threat tag match at Survivor Series, beat the Good Brothers, who I call the best tag team in the world, and split up, or had a part to play in splitting up D.I.Y. And that's all since October. However, that may cause an issue for Downfall. Wolf may not be here tonight, which is an issue, which might be issue number 1. Issue number 2, they may have got too big for their boots. We'll find out. It's the duo of Apollo Crews and Chris Jericho who will compete here. Crews, of course, won some favoritism back in the Four Horsemen with a great Royal Rumble for him for the brief time that he was in it, eliminating Hiroki Goto and Sami Zayn, guys who between them had 7 eliminations. And Crews eliminated them both by himself. He was, of course, eliminated by Corin, who charged into the ring and quickly looked to get rid of Crews and succeeded in doing so as well. Now, though, it is all about this tag team match, and there was something else I didn't get to talk about as well. This is under elimination rules, and it works in the perspective of if one man is eliminated, that one man is eliminated. The team isn't eliminated, one man is. So if Harper gets eliminated, Rowan is still in it for Downfall. So it could well be that we may have a last man standing. We could well have a triple threat to end things. We could end up having Jericho and Crews against Rusev and Harper. We could have Jericho and Crews against Harper. This could in effect turn into a handicap match by the end of things. Could be a triple threat match. Could be a straight tag team match. One tag team might get eliminated right off the bat. But with elimination rules in effect, it means it's not one fall to a finish. but rather 5 falls to a finish. Wait, is it 5? You get 1 fall to get it down to 5, another one to get it down to 4, another to get it down to 3, another to get it down to 2, and then another to 8. Yeah. Excellent brain work by me there. Working on the fly. It's going to be tough to call this match. Rusev and Jericho going after Rowan right now. That's another thing you might not see. Alternate tag teams working together, it seems. As Kendrick recovers on the outside right now. Rowan just throwing Jericho across the ring. Greatness being given a bit of a breather here, because Downfall's going after the Horsemen. Jericho, the leader of the 4 Horsemen, returned just before Survivor Series from an injury caused by Neville, and has gone on and has since then added a new member to the Horsemen in Oney Lorcan, and has once again given Cruz a huge opportunity, and one that he has not let go of either. Cruz to qualify for the Royal Rumble had to beat 2-time world champion and former Royal Rumble winner Tyler Breeze, and he did that pretty successfully. Harper, keep my eye on Harper and Kendrick in the ring right now. Good counter from Kendrick there. Face first in the apron on the outside. Goes Jericho, suplex from Rusev. To Cruz. Basically 2 triple threat. 2 triple threat matches, something like that. That sounded stupid. Basically a battle royale going on in the ring right now. Every team, every member of every team is targeting someone else. Greatness is targeting a member of the Horsemen, and, well, actually sitting on the outside right now. That was a bad example. It's actually just, wow, yeah, there's just 2 matches going on in the ring right now. Basically, there's 3 singles matches going on in the ring. There we go, that's what I was looking for. Hefty punch there, and oh, what a kick from Cruz. Throat uppercut there on the outside by Rowan. Rusev finally bringing himself back into this, and once again, it's Downfall versus the Horsemen. Rusev in with one hell of a matchka kick. You could hear the impact of it. Kendrick lifts up Harper, counter. Cannot get a pinfall or a cover on the outside, but to my knowledge, I think no DQs are in effect. Wait a minute. Cruz on Rusev. Back suplex. Powerbomb. And Rusev in the ropes. I thought that would have been an elimination right there. Kendrick sent into the guardrail there. Walls of Jericho meanwhile in the ring. Walls of Jericho on Rowan. Walls of Jericho on Rowan. Harper rushing back into the ring. Rusev trying to block the path. Forearm in the face there. Jericho won't let go of the hold, and Rowan escapes from it nevertheless. Just a few weeks ago, Kendrick was unsuccessfully stuck in ECW with Kevin Nash. Swapped things around. Thought that Rusev was the new man to help him out, to be his bodyguard, quote unquote. And since then, well, it's only been 2 weeks, and they've got themselves into a tag team title match. Discus clothesline. Rusev, though, great awareness to save his tag team partner. We have Kendrick and Rowan recovering on the outside. Rusev and Jericho and Harper and Cruz combating on the inside. Horseman versus Downfall again. They have been locking horns a lot in this match. No one gone from this match yet, so I am left questioning who will be the first. Oh my, what a pop-up code breaker. What a pop-up code breaker from Jericho. Rusev's gone. And Greatness is reduced to 1, as it is now Kendrick by himself. Rusev eliminated. Down to 5 in this one now. Horsemen at full numbers. Wait a minute, hold that thought. Full Nelson slam to Apollo Crews. Cover made on him as well. 1, 2. Crews is gone, and Downfall have a huge advantage now. 1 member of the Horsemen left. 1 member of Greatness left. Both members of the ECW Tag Team Champions remain. Kendrick and Jericho are going to have to work together to try and get rid of Downfall. This is different teams working together to try and get a win. Captain's hook applied there, but Harper's huge frame able to help him get to the ropes. Well, it was Jericho who eliminated Rusev, and it was Rowan who eliminated Cruz, and Rowan looking to try and eliminate Jericho here. Oh, lovely step of Enziguri there. Wait a minute, oh, this is a big mistake by Kendrick and Jericho fighting one another. If Kendrick got eliminated right now, Jericho would be left in a handicap situation, and he could well be, because the walls of Jericho, the walls of Jericho's locked in. Kendrick should make it to the ropes though, no problem at all, and he does. That was downfall. I just step back right now. I'd have let the fight happen, but it seems if Rowan would rather that wasn't the case. What an enziguri. Downfall have complete control in this match right now, more or less. Jericho and Kendrick falling susceptible to their ways. Rowan rolls outside of the ring, and look at that. That is genius there from Harper. Just back up and let them go at it. Why bother risking it? Why bother getting involved? Let them eliminate themselves. Let it be 2-on-1 and let Downfall walk out with an easy title defense as a result of it. It may not be right. It may not be a champion's route, but I'll tell you, it is smart. It is very smart. Rowan, oh my God, look at the strength of Harper. Once again, just throwing him with no mercy, just throwing him across the ring. Kendrick, a puppet almost, to be thrown around by Harper. Big uppercut there as it's effectively a triple threat match on the outside. Rowan, though, going to get himself right back into the swing of things, maybe. Going to help Downfall out in this situation. Double slams there from the tag team champions, and things could be so much closer to ending. Discus clothesline. And will Kendrick be left all on his own? No, he won't. Jericho kicks out at the discus clothesline at 2. Look at the way in which Harper and Jericho are just trading moves right now. That was exceptional from them. In the turnbuckle goes Rowan. Back elbow. Rowan full Nelson slam. Great counter. Great counter there by Kendrick. Big boot as well from him. Rowan now the one left in a 2-on-1 mugging. Jericho covers Rowan. Has he put him away here? Oh my God, what? Rowan eliminated. And fairly quickly as well. Jericho in trouble, captain's hook, but again, just tangled up in the ropes there was Jericho. Rowan eliminated though. I'm not too sure how hard that big boot struck or whether or not he was exhausted. But Rowan out of here. This is effectively a triple threat match now for the ECW Tag Team titles. Camel clutch, middle of the ring, more or less. If Jericho taps out here, it's Kendrick versus Harper. Jericho gonna force his way out of it. Good stuff there. Keeping the hopes alive for the Horsemen. Who would have thought this would be how it would have ended, given the situation we found ourselves in just a few moments ago. Harper parading around on the outside right now, up to his feet as Kendrick and Jericho do battle in the ring. Look at that cross arm bar there by Jericho. Orthodox move, innovative move from Jericho. Not something we usually see from him, and I think that's why it didn't get the tap out. Kendrick powering his way out. Here we go, what's going to happen here? Nothing much. Jericho in with a quick strike, and Harper is just standing on the outside, almost stalking his prey as he watches them do battle in the middle of the ring. Jericho, walls of Jericho. Kendrick with some ways to go to make it to the ropes. He's crawling, but he taps. Kendrick taps, and we're down to 2. Harper versus Jericho. Who leaves guilty as charged with the tag team titles? Is it Downfall or is it the Horsemen? Uh-oh, back suplex into the face buster. One move left. Discus clothesline. 1, 2. Jericho kicks out. I thought that was it. I truthfully thought that was it. Look at this. Look at this on-trap crossface by Jericho's legs in the ropes. Does Harper have it in him to end things? Is Harper able to end things? Jericho, the veteran, hanging in there, surviving with everything he knows, with every bit of experience he's gained over the years. Jericho doing everything in his power to try and survive. Code breaker, getting a big run up for it. Harper sidestepped it. Back suplex. Jericho lands. Stuck the landing. Tilt-a-whirl neck breaker. These guys are putting everything on the line. Oh my god. No, this is a whole different meaning to putting everything on the line. Jericho! Elbow! I thought he was going to go for like a cross-body or something there. Counter made. Forearm in the face. Harper shoves him down on the outside. These two guys right now. Jericho thinking about what happened on ECW. Thinking about the reckoning that he took. Thinking about all the aggression that he has within him. Towards Harper, towards downfall. But even then, that might not be enough as into the guardrail goes Jericho. And back in the ring he goes as well. Wait a minute, Harper. Harper up on the top rope. Harper gonna fly. Code breaker! Out of midair. Jericho plucked him out of midair with the code breaker. Are you kidding me? Jericho covers Harper to win the tag team titles. The Horsemen have done it. The Horsemen have won it. Cruz and Jericho are the tag team champions. I am astonished. Jericho has done it again. The wily veteran wins gold for the Horsemen. New ECW Tag Team Champions are guilty as charged. And for the very first time since their creation, Downfall is beaten. 3 eliminations to Jericho's name. And he takes home the tag team titles alongside Apollo Crews. Oh my god, what an outcome that was. But this is a title match that could go either way. ECW Television Championship on the line. A lot built up to this event. A lot built up to this match. Andrade, Cien, Almas against Jay White. El Idolo against the Switchblade. Who leaves guilty as charged with the television title? This one all came about the week after Jay White had won the television title. Jay White won the title in New Year's Revolution and didn't even get a week to celebrate with it before Andrade was breathing down his neck. A hammerlock DDT took White out of action for a little while with a minor concussion, and in that time Andrade made sure to get across the fact that he was the rightful #1 contender to the title. Jay White returned to ECW, saving Cedric Alexander from a post-match assault, and it was that moment that the match was made official for guilty as charged by yours truly. And it has all been about sending messages. There has been no promos, there has been no talking to each other, it's been simply about getting under the other's skin. And that is what it has been, back and forth. All about trying to say that the other cannot beat the other. Andrade heads into this match, of course, undefeated. And with some big wins to his name as well. Tetsuya Naito at New Year's Revolution. Kyle O'Reilly on this past episode of ECW. But of course, the main reason for why Andrade might be able to pick up the win here tonight is that woman on the outside, Zelina Vega. The game plan that she must have created for this. We've seen her game plans in action before. We've seen how she works in this in these ways before? Does she have it in her to come up with a game plan, to come up with a method that Andrade can use to successfully walk out with the ECW Television Championship? I've talked about this before, and we all know it to be the case. Andrade is undefeated. He has not been pinned or submitted since arriving to this universe. And now we are left questioning if he will remain undefeated, if he will vanquish Jay White here this evening and be the new ECW Television Champion. The Switchblade is ready, and he comes with support as well, in the face of his tag team partner, Sami Callihan. Callihan was defeated by Andrade to try and send a message to White, who could not be there to make the save, who could not be there to support him, who was out injured at the time. Callihan is by his side here this evening. And I wonder if he's there as a morale boost, if he's there to try and provide support for Jay White, or if he's there to try and get under Andrade's skin, or to get Zelina Vega evicted from ringside. We don't know. But what we do know is that this is a big match for White. He could be the one to end the undefeated streak of El Idolo. He could be the one to put a 1 next to the record of Andrade. This is, of course, a big match for both guys. This is Andrade's first shot at the title and Jay White's first title defense since winning that belt at New Year's Revolution. Who will walk out of New Year's Revolution, though, with that title? Will it be the era of Andrade as the television champion, or will we continue to breathe with the Switchblade as the TV champ? We are about to find that one out. I am very much looking forward to seeing how this one goes. This is a very personal match, a very heated match. And I honestly believe it is a match that could still go either way. I don't know if there is a definitive winner in this one. I simply do not know the answer. We are about to find out, though, that's for certain. There is the challenger. Andrade, cool, calm, composed, ready, focused. Whatever else you want to say about him, he is most certainly that. But will we be calling him champion by the end of this evening? Or will it be the Switchblade who holds on to that belt once more? Will it be Jay White who will walk out of Guilty as Charged, still the champion, and be on his way to WrestleMania with it? It's all to play for here between these two guys. Jay White is ready. Andrade is ready. We are ready. There's been a lot of talk leading into this title match. Well, the time for talking is gone. The time for action is now. One title has changed hands here tonight, and in our last title match of the evening, will it stay as just one? Or will we see another change hands? We are about to find out. Here we go. Andrade versus Jay White has begun. Weeks of trying to get under each other's skin. Weeks of trying to get the advantage over one another. And it is all built up to this moment. Who will be the ECW Television Champion by the end of the evening? We are about to find that one out. Andrade forcing Jay White back up into his corner next to Zelina Vega. It wouldn't surprise me if we saw a cheap shot here. No, clean break. Oh, right into a clothesline though by Andrade. Not gonna waste an opportunity. That's for certain. Guillotine leg drop as well, coming over that top rope. Look at how he just goes right into things. Look at how he just starts right the way. Gets aggressive from the get-go. Jay White might have planned out a slow start, might have planned out a way to try and see the strengths and the weaknesses of Andrade, but that has just been thrown out of the window by Andrade. He's feeling pretty confident about himself right now as he takes an early bit of control in this match. Jay White in with a counter there though. Back suplex, nicely done. These guys starting to trade moves back and forth a little bit now. Oh, what a counter out of the turnbuckle there, though, from Andrade. Big reversal. And Andrade here, look. Kiwi crusher to White. And he thinks that is enough to win the TV title, or at the very least trying to get under White's skin. Covering him with one of his own signature moves. White rolls out of the way, however. Oh, nice discus forearm. Andrade walked right into that one. Turnbuckle goes Andrade. White. Oh, nice. Nice. Look at the speed in which White is working with there. Firing on all cylinders in that flurry of maneuvers. Counter from Andrade. Gets that drop kick. White tried to kick him out of mid-air, but it didn't end up happening. And Andrade returns to pummeling away at him. Heavy hits to the head of White. No remorse showing from him as he goes to work. Good shoulder tackle there. Nice chop in the chest as well. Look at this now. White knowing that if this is a straight striking contest, he's probably got a good advantage over Andrade. White can hit harder. Big knee lift there. Switchblade in control. Once again though, Andrade countering so thick and fast that Jay White's offense is almost just for nothing because Andrade keeps on countering it every single time. Might have messed up the game plan a little bit there, Andrade. Might have been unable to hold on to White, and that is how the switchblade got off his shoulders. In front of Callihan, White hit with that drop kick. Good counter though. Sends him into the turnbuckle. Oh, headlock punch from White. Not afraid to take any risk. To go with any kind of move to hold on to the title. Drop kick into the back again. Those ribs being pushed into the turnbuckle. Destino. First time we've seen that move here tonight. Calling back, of course, to a friend turned rival in Tetsuya Naito with it. Wrenching on the arm right now is El Idolo. Trying to take away the Blade Runner, I would suspect. It's a match that we're kind of just watching right now. And seeing how it picks up, seeing how it progresses into a bigger match, seeing how it moves on. Side headlock there, good counter from White, but again he walks right into a boot into the ribs. Look at how many moves to the ribs Andrade's done in this contest. Uh-oh, that's not where you want to be! Double knees from Andrade. And he believes it could be enough to bring him victory, but oh my. It most certainly is not a very early kick out. And a nice counter there as well from the switchblade. Has him up against the ropes here. What's Jay White going to do? Pulling them away. Lovely back suplex from White. Is Andrade in trouble right now? Knee into the chest there by Jay White. Leading the way right now. Wait a minute! Blade Runner! Has Andrade's undefeated streak come to an end? Oh, it was close. It was oh so close. A kick out of two from the Blade Runner. Jay White, close, but no cigar. Andrade still in this one. Zelina Vega probably yelling instructions at Andrade to get up, yelling at him what to do from now on, how to turn this match around. Because Andrade finds himself on the back foot, kicks himself away though, gives himself breathing room. Counter from White. In the turnbuckle we go. Counter from Andrade, however. Shoves the legs into the ropes. Oh! Beautiful move. Backbreaker, and then just the arm coming down. Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Hammerlock DDT! Has he done enough to... Oh! Trade for trade. Both men kicking out of each other's finishers, but look at White. White is busted open now. White is bleeding pretty bad. And that is exactly what Andrade wanted to see. Reverse STO there from Jay White, but with the blood dripping down his face. How much of an issue could that be in this contest? How much does that play into the hands? Oh my God, look at that. Cobra clutch suplex. What a move from White. Dragging him. Oh, wait a minute. White gonna take any chance possible to retain the title. Using the ropes. Andrade kicking out at one. And Andrade right now, though, has a big, red, shiny target on the forehead of Jay White with that blood coming down it. We saw it work a Battleground. Will it work? Yeah. And again, from an opposite turnbuckle, he plants him down. Andrade is in control right now, and I would argue Andrade could be a few moves away from being the Cruiserweight, from being the television champion. Running dropkick, basement dropkick there. Andrade turns him round. Huge German suplex to Jay White. And right now, White is in the middle of the ring with nowhere to go. Andrade, handspring moonsault kick evaded by White. White sidestepped it into Blade Runner. Blade Runner from White to Jay White has ended the streak of Andrade. One tiny slip up and the Switchblade remains the television champion. Blade Runner does it. Andrade beaten for the very first time. And Jay White is a happy, happy man. Callihan coming into the ring to celebrate with... oh, that's a celebrating Callihan! Oh my God! Callihan sliced his throat, ran up the turnbuckle. And with a back superplex to Jay White. What is he doing? Pile driver to him. The cactus pile driver. Why? Why is Callihan doing this? Why did Callihan just stab him in the back? He's calling someone out from the crowd. Trevor Lee! Trevor Lee just came down to the ring. And there's Lee assaulting him. Suplex powerbomb. For what reason? Why is this happening? Lee and Callihan assaulted the TV champion. And there better be a good reason for this. Callihan takes a microphone in his hand. Explain yourself, you treacherous bastard. Before Callihan even explains himself, he's demanding that the crowd in attendance just shut up and listen to him. And he finds it apt, he finds it humorous that Jay White, the Switchblade, is the one who finds a knife buried deep in his back. He was such a good sport letting Sami Callihan out here that he should know why Sami Callihan just turned his back on him. Trevor Lee looking over the fallen body of Jay White as he lays outside, blood dripping from his head. And in Sami Callihan's mind, he had to do this. He was sick of Jay White stealing his chances. When Sami Callihan got his shot at the television title, all anyone talked about was Jay White getting his shot at the ECW title. When he was left to be assaulted by Andrade, that's when he knew he had to do something about it. And there was just the man to help him out. Trevor Lee, a man believed to be an afterthought. Well, now they say they were saved. Jay White didn't save him. I didn't save Trevor Lee. But a man who knew exactly what they were capable of. A man who recognized how good they were. A man who could take them to the highest of highs. And as Jay White lays there with that knife in the back, he wants him to know that he is coming for him. Their leader will arrive shortly. And when he does, he'll be arriving with a bounty claimed. A head on a spike and one sat alongside it with Jay White's name. The clock is ticking down. Jay White has been warned. We have all been warned. Their savior is coming. What the hell? That has left us as in the dark as it did before. Callihan and Trevor Lee saved by someone who were left questioning who saved them. It is a matter that we simply don't know. But what we do know is that we have to move on here. Our penultimate match of the evening and a huge one at that. Kenny Omega versus Adam Cole. The Royal Rumble contract on the line. The winner gets the shot at the main event of WrestleMania. Kenny Omega said he's desperate to win this. Desperate to go to WrestleMania. But can he beat Adam Cole to secure it? Let's see how these two men are coming to do battle here tonight. This is the Royal Rumble. Adam Cole. Oh, Omega was caught napping. Come on, Adam Cole. Do it. Do it. Adam Cole. Adam Cole wins the Royal Rumble. But he is not ready to make up his mind. There's a long time to go into WrestleMania and a long time for him to make his mind up. One guy, and one guy alone, is going to WrestleMania, and we know who that is. Kenny Omega is calling out Adam Cole. He had a win over the man who won the Royal Rumble. He accepts. We are on. For guilty as charged. Oh, what the? Omega getting aggressive. Swinging at Cole. He needs to beat Rollins in Kenny Omega's eyes now more than ever. Kenny Omega realizes that he might sound desperate. It's because he is desperate. So Adam Cole can kiss his main event ticket goodbye and good night. So now that we know everything that is on the line to both men, it's time we get going here in this contest of guilty as charged. To Kenny Omega, this is everything. Omega said it himself. He's desperate. He needs this. He craves it more than anything else. The chance at the main event of WrestleMania, the chance for one more match against Seth Rollins, the chance to take the title away from him on the grandest stage of them all. Omega said it by his own words. There's nothing else he wants. He's not targeting Cole because he disrespects him. He's targeting Cole because of what he has, what Kenny Omega needs. And that's that shot. That's that match. That is that main event opportunity. I've talked about it throughout the night. I've talked about it in ECW. Adam Cole has left it open. He said he hasn't made up his mind who he's challenging. Kenny Omega, there is only one outcome for him. There's only one person he can challenge. And that is Seth Rollins. And that doesn't surprise me one bit that Omega would want to challenge him. Not for a second am I surprised that Omega would want to challenge anyone else but Rollins. But of course, to pull that off, he's got to go through one man here tonight and one man alone. He's got to go through the man who won the Royal Rumble. He's got to go through none other than... and the man who definitely is going to do everything in his power to hold on to that main event slot at WrestleMania. Adam Cole has said it himself, and I've said it many times. He doesn't know where he's going. But it seems to be an estimation that Skrull is the favorite. And I wouldn't blame him. I know he's an ECW superstar, and I know that I would want nothing more than an ECW match to main event than for Seth Rollins to finally get that main event match. But at the same time, it's Adam Cole's choice. Adam Cole won the Royal Rumble. Adam Cole's left to do as he pleases. But, of course, I'm saying all of this, and it could be for nothing. Adam Cole could be about 10 or 15 minutes away from losing that shot. Remember, Cole didn't have to accept this match. Cole could have just said, I'm good. He could have said that he would rather hold on to the shot. That he would rather wait. That he would rather not fight Omega. That he would hold on to the shot that he has held on to, that he is deserved by winning the Royal Rumble. But he didn't. He chose to let this match happen. He accepted it himself, no one else. And so should he lose here this evening, Adam Cole has no one to blame but himself for his loss. Omega right out of the gates there. Going pretty aggressive on Adam Cole. You can tell the desperation is 100% true for Kenny Omega. He needs this because he knows this could be his last chance for a while to get a shot at Seth Rollins. And of all the places to do it on, the grandest stage of WrestleMania as well. Yes, Adam Cole could win this match, could end up challenging Marty Scurll for the world title. And it could end up being the case that does happen. And yes, Omega could then find his chance to take on Rollins at WrestleMania. But the difference is, it's not the main event. And I think that's what Kenny Omega needs more than anything, is the main event to beat Rollins in. He wants to beat Rollins in a match that everyone will remember. And the only way he's going to do that is by getting the main event slot. And the only way he's going to do that is by beating Adam Cole right here, right now. And he has started aggressively. A lot of suplexes, a lot of disrespecting. That slap in the face could have probably stung the Royal Rumble winner. And Adam Cole swinging away here. These guys know each other well. These guys were former members of Bullet Club. It was Adam Cole who led the team. It was Adam Cole who disbanded it. It was Adam Cole who kicked Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks out. Well, over a year ago now. That was then, this is now. Both men have matured since then. Both men have seen success since then. But Kenny Omega has not had the greatest success of them all, being a world champion. And on top of that, of course, being the one to dethrone Rollins. Only one can take that ECW title away from Seth Rollins, and Kenny Omega believes it has to be him. And Omega almost had him with that moonsault there. Just watching these two now, there's no signs that they're taking it easy. There's no signs that they're going easy on one another. They know this is a must-win match for both of them. They can't lose it. They just can't. Good counter there from Adam Cole into the announce table. Spare tables, because I refuse to sit at ringside, and it's probably a smart idea given what's coming up in our main event of the evening. Oh, Adam Cole's back. Sent into the apron, sent into the into the sides of the ring. That's just a metal pole that sits there supporting the ring. All Kenny Omega has to do is win. He could win by countout. He could win by DQ. Omega rushes back in the ring. Is he considering the DQ option? Is he considering the countout option? No. Omega wants to do this by his own methods. Omega wants to do this by winning as official as he can. Back in the ring we go. It was Adam Cole who brought them back in the ring, so a little bit of a mishap there. Misfire even by Omega. Oh, Adam Cole, last shot! Last shot! Knee in the face! Has he got him? Only a 1 count. Only a 1 count on Kenny Omega there. Adam Cole gonna have to stay on top of his game right now. Could he smell a Panama Sunrise on its way? That's off the ropes. Wow! That was amazing by Kenny Omega there. Thinking on his feet and caught him big there. With that tornado DDT, Cole and Omega scrapping on their feet right now. Off the ropes comes Omega again. Collision between the two. Didn't go the way Adam Cole wanted it to. Not sure what Cole is looking for. Oh, went for a lariat there. Good counter by Omega. Kicks him in the gut. Turns him round. What's he looking for? Kreuzrath. Yes, it is. He got him with it. Kreuzrath connected. Omega in control right now and sending Cole across the ring. Irish whip in the turnbuckle. Big drop kick follows up after it. And Omega's going to go up high here. Omega going to risk it all. Moonsault maybe. No, calling Cole up to his feet. He's going to fly. Oh, missed with that hit though. I think I must have missed it, but I think the last shot must have busted open Omega. Because there is a slight cut on the face of Kenny Omega there as Adam Cole tried to use the ropes. You know Adam Cole is desperate to hold on to that opportunity as well because of what is at the end of it. Doesn't even matter about which champion he challenges for. He gets the main event of WrestleMania. Counter, roll up. Could the sunset flip end Cole's dream of headlining the... Oh no, kick out at 2. Goes to the outside. Omega going up to the top rope. Are you kidding me? Omega crossbody! But he grazed Cole more than he hit him. A hard impact for both men. But they return to the ring once again. And Omega is still in control of this match right now. What a discus forearm. Leveled him with it. Cole rolls out to the apron again. That's about the 3rd time in this match now that he's rolled. Oh my goodness. Oh, just pulling him off the apron there. Omega jumps down. Cole rolling out of the way there. Might have just been trying to get under his skin a little bit. That cut still on the face of Omega, and it's not going to be helped when he's snake-eyed into the steel steps. Up to his feet now. Nice forearm in the face. Countered over by Omega. This fight breaking down on the outside right now, as I imagine much of the main event will. That is very close, but our focus is solely on this one right now. Solely on who main events WrestleMania. Went for the slap in the face again. Clubbing blow to the open wound. Kick in the gut by Omega. Is it another moonsault on its way? It most certainly is. Omega taking him over to recover there. His leg might have buckled under him slightly. Into the cover he goes now. And no, sorry, what? He doesn't go into the cover, but he might be after this. Phoenix Splash! Looking to call back to an old ally in Kota Ibushi, and it cost him. German suplex. And that could be the opening that Cole wanted. That could be exactly what Adam Cole needed to get himself in this one. Neither guy has been able to hit big. Neither guy's hit the V-trigger or the one-winged angel or Panama Sunrise. Cover made. Trying to put him away. Kick out at 2 there. Could well be the case that just one big move will end it here. Crowd still well on the side of Cole. Chanting along, cheering along with him. Kenny looking for that leaping knee. Oh! Just big booted Cole in the face instead. Kenny into the turnbuckle. Sit out bomb there. Incredible aggression to show it off as well. Omega going to go up high again. Hasn't really come out with much success so far. Could it this time though? Calling him up to his feet. Does he smell a big move? Omega, no, playing it safe. Playing it very safe indeed. Kenny Omega. Is he going to look for the move to take him to the main event of WrestleMania? One-winged angel. Omega Rollins 3. 1, 2. Oh. How much closer can you be to a 3 count? How much closer can you get to victory? Cole kicks out. And this one is still alive. Super kick. Florida key. He doesn't go for the cover. Rolls him out before doesn't bridge. Now goes for the cover on Omega. Has he done enough? Omega still kicking at it too. Adam Cole. Is he one move away? Can Kenny Omega snap himself back into it? Or is it too late? Modified brainbuster. Adam Cole goes to the turnbuckle. Panama Sunrise. Cover on Omega. Hand inches away from the ropes, but not close enough. And Adam Cole has done it. Kenny Omega's hand inches from the ropes, as was his chance of going to the main event of WrestleMania. Cole wins. Adam Cole is going to headline the grandest stage of them all. We don't know against who, but we do know that he will. Omega tried everything. Omega went out of the books to try and win it, and it wasn't enough. Adam Cole is your winner, and now we wait on him to say who he faces at WrestleMania. That is to come then, but now it is our main event of the evening. Now it is about nothing other than hatred. Loser leaves ECW. Brothers turn to rivals. Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, last man standing. The loser leaves ECW. What a difference a month can make. And let's see how these two men came to want to kill each other in the main event of this evening. Brothers. That's what Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano were. They were with each other at all times, through the ups and the downs, through the trials and the triumphs. They were a bond closer than most, which made the wound hurt that much more. A betrayal heard around the world. Ciampa stabbed Gargano right through the heart. Calling him a cancer to his success, Ciampa promised to kill Gargano, an offer that Johnny Wrestling was more than happy to return. 3 weeks of fighting, yet it feels like a lifetime. As is such when a brother stabs his own flesh and blood. Tonight it all ends. Tonight we see which heart beats harder, the black heart or the rebel heart. The tale of D.I.Y. ends tonight. One stays, one leaves. Who shall it be? Who will be the last man standing? I did everything in my power to try and stop this match from happening, but I was left with no choice. Here we are. Our main event. Ciampa, Gargano. Last man standing. Loser leaves this brand. And Ciampa not even choosing to have an entrance theme, not even choosing to come out to the music of D.I.Y. The silence, the boos echoing around the arena, the hatred towards Ciampa is all that we hear as he heads towards the ring. The Black Heart, as he called himself, says that he is the one to remove Johnny Gargano. He said Gargano is like a cancer in his body and he needs to kill that cancer. If you want to kill each other, boys, last man standing is the only way it can happen. What a main event this is going to be. What a difference time can make. Not even a month ago they were gearing up for that big rematch against Downfall. And in the blink of an eye, essentially, in the whole grand scheme of things, Tommaso Ciampa went from being beloved and a brother to Johnny Gargano to being a man he promises to kill here tonight. Both these guys want to end the other. Both these guys want nothing more than the other one gone from ECW. But as I've said, there's only one winner. And we are about to find out just which one it will be. Ciampa stands in the ring, awaiting the arrival of this man. Johnny Gargano refused to listen, refused to follow orders. But this is it isn't about orders. It isn't about listening. It isn't about brand. It isn't about anything about that. It's about being stabbed in the heart by someone you trusted with your life. This is what it means to Johnny Gargano. This isn't just a match. This is a fight with himself. This is a fight with his own flesh and blood, essentially. This is almost a fight against family to Johnny Gargano. And the crowd cheers on Johnny Gargano. Johnny Wrestling is going to have to sacrifice everything that he holds true to himself this evening to beat Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa, he is the psycho killer for a reason. If anything, last man standing is his game more than it is Gargano's. But that's not going to stop him. That's not going to stop Gargano from going right out of the gates. Oh my! Gargano trying to risk everything right from the start. Trying to suicide dive to the outside, and Ciampa read it. The fight is on right away. The brawl is on. Last man standing. Rules are simple. No DQs, no countouts, no pinfalls, no submissions. The only way you win is when your opponent is down for the 10 count. And whoever goes down for the 10 count will no longer be a member of the ECW roster. This means everything to these two guys. This means more than the main event of WrestleMania. This means more than trying to dethrone Seth Rollins. This is pure hatred shining through. And Gargano's wasting little time trying to take the sledgehammer, trying to play Ciampa's own games against him. Yeah, we will see just what they will do to one another. The referee might as well take a step back for most of this match, because I honestly believe they will do nothing for the majority of this other than try to kill each other, other than try to end each other. A chaotic night it has been, but it is about to get so much worse in this main event. There is going to be bloodshed. There is going to be something broken. Bones, parts of this arena, anything and everything could be broken. I'll tell you one thing that definitely was shattered, and that was Gargano's conscience, his heart. His friendship with Tommaso Ciampa when he stabbed him, as Ciampa put it himself, in the heart at the Royal Rumble. ProJaked Ciampa. And the butterfly pile driver as well. Or the butterfly face plant even. Ciampa now. Look at this. Look at this by Gargano. Sledgehammer to the knee brace. He knows that hurts. He knows the pain that Ciampa experiences there. And he knows how he can capitalize on it. Referee counting. Gargano letting it happen. I don't imagine things are going to end from it, but Gargano can just let the count happen. That's for certain. Snap German suplex there from Tommaso Ciampa. And he's swinging with moves of his own right now. Gargano slipping back slightly here as Tommaso Ciampa now can, and his sick mindset, can take control as they please. Gargano sends him to the turnbuckle. Don't know, he doesn't. Brings it back. Quick lariat. Didn't look like it had much pressure in it. But a quick lariat nonetheless, up and over the top rope. Time to go to the outside once again. Gargano gonna fly. Double foot stomp attempt. Ciampa evaded it. And the ricochet from that kick sent Gargano into that announce table there. Boy, oh boy, am I glad I'm not sat down there. And for a big boot there. Oh, able to connect with that enziguri, and here goes the announce table. At the end of the day, that was just an expense for ECW. Money spent on nothing, but something that can be used to these guys' advantage. Gargano ripping everything away from it. Oh, and sending Ciampa head first into it. Northern Light suplex there. Ripping everything off that table. Like Ciampa ripped the heart out of Gargano. And ripped all of his trust out of him in one foul swoop. Gargano. Oh, powerbomb on the table. Oh. Gargano leaving nothing to pass. Referee counting here. Is Gargano happy with letting things end this way? I don't think Ciampa's going to stay down to it. I think he's trying to recover as much as he can. And there we go at the count of 8. He's back up to his feet. And he's sending them back into the ring as well. What will we see here from Ciampa? Gargano staying down for a little bit himself. Trying to catch some. Trying to maybe get a little bit of his breath caught. Slowly pulling himself back up to his feet. Evades the attempted strike there. Step of Enziguri and Ciampa goes back down. Let's see what will happen now. We're going back to the outside again. What's Gargano going to do here? Forearms him in the face. Gargano. Oh my goodness! Leapt over that top rope and with an almighty DDT on the apron. Ciampa though, right back up to his feet. And a snap German suplex on the outside. Look at how quickly he desires to turn things around. Look at how quickly that black heart in him just does what it wants. Big knee in the face, using the brace as a weapon. And now throwing the cover of the announce table on top of Gargano. And he removes the secondary table there. No one is safe at ringside. Not even people, I'd say not even people up in those first, 6 rows on the floor, but here are safe. Not for a second. Into the steps went Gargano. And this is every bit of a fight that we knew it was going to be. This isn't a match, it's a fight. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Ciampa, no. Ciampa, no. Through the table they go. Right through that announce table. Oh my, what? 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 Gargano just got right up to his feet. How? How do you go through an announce table and get right back up to your feet? I don't know. But another knee right in the face of Johnny Wrestling there. The brace hitting him in the face again. Ciampa sending Gargano over the steel barricades. Oh, good God. Are we really going to fight in the crowd? It seems as if we are. Good counter from Gargano. Forearms him in the face. Ciampa goes up and over the top rope. The ring has essentially become an afterthought now to these guys and their fight at ringside. It's essentially just been thrown to the wayside as they do battle with one another. Gargano sent back into the crowd there. Well, Ciampa's going to follow him once more, and this time he can do as he pleases. Hard forearm. Gargano fighting back as well. The fight is on now in that small little walkway. Counters from both men to each other. Headbutt in the back there. Look at these just quick counters coming thick and fast. Turns him round. Throwing him a little bit into that dangerous corner. Just stockpiled with weapons ready to be used in a situation like this one. Gargano head first into a part of the arena's foundation, those barricades there. Concrete flooring, a Russian leg sweep. Absolutely no support there like there is at ringside. That is just a pure concrete floor for them. And Gargano's taken full advantage of it. Snap suplex, but look at how quickly Ciampa returns up to his feet. Big cutter. On nothing but a pure concrete floor, and Johnny Wrestling looking to strike. No, Ciampa counters. Big boot in the face, in the open wound as well of Gargano. Wait a minute. No, Ciampa planting him on a concrete floor. He calls that his fairy tale ending. But Gargano right up to his feet. How? How does Gargano do it? How much drive is there in Johnny Wrestling to risk his life as much as he does there? Getting right up to his feet and letting the battle continue on. Oh, look at the blood on the face of Gargano now, spilling down to his chest. Ciampa has not only opened that wound, but he is forcing the blood out of the face of a long-lost friend, of an old brother. of a man he promises to kill, of the cancer that he looks to remove from his body. Ciampa returning back into the secluded section here, back into the ring. These two men go again, and we can see the evidence of the damage done. Look at the bloodshed from Gargano. Torture rack, face buster. Ciampa knows what he's doing. He knows to go after the open wound. He knows to work on it like that. Gargano evades. Trading chops there. Ciampa, if I had to say, I would say Ciampa's in the advantage right now. Oh god, that was down on the sledgehammer. Down on the base of the sledgehammer. I would say Ciampa's definitely in the advantage. Look at the blood on the face of Gargano. He's gone through an announce table. He's had a fairy tale ending on the outside. It may well be a case that ProJaked Ciampa ends things once and for all. And with it ends Johnny Gargano once and for all as well. Referee getting out of the way there, and probably the right decision to do it as well. Ciampa goes up and over the barricade, but Gargano doesn't follow him. He wants to fight out here. He wants to do battle where everyone can see it. Forearm. Ciampa sent tumbling over the barricade again, but Gargano will not follow. On the ramp here, Gargano picking the place to do battle. And battle they shall do. Here they go, trading shots with one another. Rolling kick there from Johnny Wrestling. Caught Ciampa with it. Gargano heads up high. This could be risky. Double foot stomp. This time he gets all of it. Right into the ribs of Tommaso Ciampa. And this will go right into the face. Super kick! Directed into the jaw of the Blackheart. And look at that. Ciampa right up to his feet. And right back into how this match will go. And right back to the open wound as well. Over and over again to that turnbuckle. Gargano brings it to a halt though. And sends Ciampa head first into it. Look at that busted him open. Both men bleed now. Both men bleed in this blood feud. Torture rack power bomb from Ciampa. With all the torture that Gargano's body has taken, how many more times can he afford to get up that early? How many more times can he afford to let himself get up at the count of one? Saito suplex there. Gargano, heavy elbow into the back there. Not a fucking clue why we're showing the replay for it. Gargano fired up though. He's still going. He's still got it in him. That rebel heart of Gargano's will not say die. Rolling kick. Ciampa stumbles into the turnbuckle. Gargano countered. Running neck breaker from him as well. Look at how Gargano just doesn't move. He just stays down. He can't get back up to his feet. These two guys just fighting it all out right now, leaving everything on the line. The blood, the open wound starting to worsen on Ciampa now. No, no, no. Fairy tale ending. Fairy tale ending. And is it the fairy tale ending that Tommaso Ciampa desires? Has he killed the cancer within him? Has he just killed Johnny Wrestling on the base of the sledgehammer? Ciampa lets the count roll. 6. Gargano needs to get up. Ciampa looks at his fallen foe, and he may well be on his way to victory. Gargano up to his feet. Referee had to stop the count. Gargano saves himself, and Ciampa is irate. Throwing him into the turnbuckle there, and again Gargano trying to force himself up to his feet. He won't stay down. Gargano won't die. Reverse Rana. What else can he do? What else can Gargano do? Full Nelson facebuster. That's what he'll plan on doing. Full Nelson facebuster. As the count starts on Ciampa. Gargano's prepared to do everything, shoving the steps into Ciampa there. And the Psycho Killer is unaware. Steel steps right in the face. Steps in the face of Ciampa. Gargano getting a steel chair. Blood for blood it has been this evening. But could Gargano's finally smell the blood of victory? Ciampa again, slow up to his feet. Steel chair, cracking him in the head. Gargano senses it. He feels it. Super kick to Ciampa. And after everything, the facebuster, the steps, the chair, the super kick, has Gargano killed the Black Heart? Has Gargano pulled the knife out of his heart that Ciampa put in there and stabbed Ciampa to death with it? Has he finished the Black Heart? Has he put the Psycho Killer out the pasture? Gargano's desperate to hear it. Gargano takes the steps in his hand, but there might not be a need. Gargano wins. The Rebel Heart conquers the Black Heart. Good conquers evil. Johnny Gargano beats Tommaso Ciampa. Gargano showed every single time he could how much this meant to him. And he's done it there. He beats Tommaso Ciampa. He wins. And he sends Ciampa packing from ECW. This was everything that Gargano wanted and more. This was revenge. This was bloodshed. This was a chapter closed for Johnny Wrestling. D.I.Y. is over, but so too is Gargano's desire for revenge. Gargano wins, and Tommaso Ciampa is gone from ECW. Johnny Gargano, your winner on a chaotic night of action at Guilty as Charged. Plenty to talk about this evening, so much to take away, but Gargano has conquered that, the evil which lay deep within him. Well done, Johnny Wrestling. That finishes Guilty as Charged. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, guys. And ta-ra.